Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. If you've been under a rock, you don't know who the person on the left side is, but the person on the left side is Zan Syed, winner of DLC Las Vegas, world qualified, and he's here hanging out with us in Margate. He is playing against Taylor, a member of Only Lore over on the west coast of Florida. They drove all the way over here to hang out with us. Both of them are our guests here, and we love to see them both here. We are getting down to the mulligans here. Just hanging tight because we want to confirm their deck choices.
Yeah, a bit of confusion. Zan is playing a blue steel. I do see the icons for red blue, but it is a blue steel list, and Taylor will be playing red blue, it seems. So the battle, Taylor's oldest time, blue steel versus red blue. So let's see what we got here. All right, we open with the popsicle, and I would imagine we're gonna. Yeah. Okay, no popsicle from Taylor, so that is not the way you want to start, but let's see what happens.
Not the best opening. You certainly want to be on curve with Ruby Sapphire as much as you can be. Not being on curve is not great. If you don't open with popsicle, and then you turn around and you can't open with anything to increase your ink count, is usually a tough place to be. We've seen how fast Sapphire Steel can be.
Aha!
Oh my goodness, there's an Oswald, people.
And Zan, with an interesting, for those who are not subscribed to the Metafy, this might be surprising that we are playing Oswald. So Zan has been talking about his blue steel items list. Many were curious as to what that would look like, and as you can see, it does play Oswald. So you can dust those Oswalds off.
Yep.
That have been sitting in your binder.
The dream is real, folks. The dream is real.
We might have a deck for you. So we'll see how this plays out. But a very cool inclusion by Sam.
It absolutely is. I mean, I can't wait to see what this thing is able to do. Now, Taylor, of course, thinking through choosing to ink a Sail the Azurite Sea in order to play that popsicle. All right. Incendiary spice.
Very, very spice. So, Zan's always going to be bringing that spice with him.
Yeah.
And Zan very confident in his build. Literally told everybody what he was playing prior to the event, so he's feeling very confident.
Yeah, and he was very open about it. He spoke about it on his last podcast, was open about it, even told people, hey, if you want to see it, go to the Metafy and check it out there.
So he does ink and reveals the top card. It is not an item, so he does put it to the bottom. And we will be using 3 ink here to play a Fishbone Quill. And I would imagine we're going to see a lot more items here, Gabe. Or just a couple here at the moment. But
yeah.
If we're playing Oswald, we've got to have a lot more coming. So
I would think so. And maybe why he's not finding. Hiram. Okay.
That's not a card you really want to see go to the bottom, but
I don't know. I mean, with this build, you probably have Maurice's Workshop in it. I mean, you have other ways to draw.
Sure.
So maybe it's not the worst. It's not in many Sapphire decks. Hiram is the primary method of draw. I feel like in this deck that won't be the case necessarily. Mm-hmm. The question, of course, is can he get to the other thing that lets him draw?
Of course. And Oswald questing for 2, which is actually super nice as well.
Yeah.
And I know when this card was revealed at first, everybody was freaking out. Oh my goodness, this card is crazy, this and that. And then we realized, not really a home for it. But Zan finding a home for it. So
yeah.
Curious to see how it plays out and if we are able to get some fun Oswald shenanigans going on later on in this game.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the shenanigans have already begun. We're cycling through our deck. We see this Oswald getting off lore and not going to be challenged, likely, depending on what's played here. I don't imagine a Goofy's coming.
Super Goof would be one of the few answers here, but it doesn't seem like Taylor's interested in that.
No.
It looks like he's fiddling around with a Hiram.
Yeah.
Seems pretty
pretty
standard.
There's a half shark as well sitting in his hand. It looked like multiple half sharks in his hand too.
And still a lot of time for Taylor to set up. Thankfully, Zan hasn't hit any crazy items into play. He only has 1 threat of 2 lore, so he does ink and reveals a peach.
3 triggers, 3 misses.
So no item in play for Zan.
The value on Oswald right now, not very high, unfortunately.
But he still quests for 2. And we see Zan Fishbone, and he's had a lot of ink already, so he is just...
Yes.
Oh, there he's a Zeus. So Zan getting 2 triggers off Oswald this turn, but none of them paying off for him, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
very
he
very
chooses just
interesting.
to pass the turn, since I don't assume that Hiram would be attacking in, but just to be on the safe side, we're just gonna leave Oswald to hang out for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, let's see. Okay, so we've got
See
a
a
pretty
brawl.
like a pretty modest start for Zan. You know, you'd anticipate when we see some of these blue steel decks that are out there, they tend to be really, really, really quick. And Zan's deck is not really explosive at the moment, and there goes the Oswald to a errant brawl.
R&B says, guys, Oswald's not
Was
real.
not yes,
It's not a real card, guys. Yeah,
yes,
50 and 0. Some people are saying, yeah, Zan did say he was 50 and 0
yes.
on a site that we won't discuss, but yeah. We see Sapphire Coil joining the party here, and I did look up a chat for a moment. We see, how do we banish the
A brawl.
Oswald? Was it a brawl? I
It was a
figured.
brawl,
Okay,
yeah.
brawl. Yeah. The discard pile's a little shiny, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
R
goodness.
and B's not a believer. R&B's not a believer. So
Yes.
we will see what's going on here, as Zan at the moment, not a lot of pressure at all. Zero pressure, to be honest. So
No, Zan is preparing for Worlds. Is
Yeah.
this what he's bringing? What do you think?
no, I mean, unless this deck becomes incredibly popular and really good, could be. But right now, I think it's just day one. You know, some players, I would imagine Zan has his testing group, and they've been running games probably for as long as these cards have been revealed.
Yeah.
But
And most of which are here, by the way. I see Ryan Walker's here, Nathan Tripp is here, and Jeremy's here as well.
of
So
course.
his whole crew's here.
But what's cool is the last time we did a release event like this, Tacandio did popularize Diggy Diggy Hole,
Oof.
which did stick around throughout the whole format.
It's still here from
Yeah,
what
and it's
from
still
what-
happening.
yeah, it's
So,
not
you
fully
know,
done.
so not to say that these decks will all be gone. I mean, I think some ideas will work and some ideas will not.
Yeah.
But we could definitely be seeing the beginning of what the meta looks like for
Yeah,
sure.
yes, DeCandio doing his best Maui impression, letting us all know that we are actually in fact welcome for the great gift that he's given us.
The Candio giving us deck lists, and now he's going to be giving us cards because
Yeah.
he's working for Ravensburger. So really excited to see that in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we do see the Maui Shark come down, and this will likely create some unique board problems for Zan to deal with.
Of course, yeah.
Assuming he
Maui
gets character
Shark
down.
is half Shark right now is you know, I just don't see what Zan. I see he's fiddling with a. So he's playing the Scrooges. It looks like Scrooge can be played for free if you have 4 items, which he doesn't. He also has a 8-drop Tamatoa.
Yeah.
Zan debating whether or not he wants to get rid of this popsicle just to be able to get it back with possibly Tamatoa.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yep, and returning 8 ink sideways. That's exactly it. Looking to
right.
gain value by bringing back the
That's
popsicle.
the OG crab, as you would say, not the newer Tamatoa, but Zan still opting for the
Yes.
original.
Yes, correct. I believe that one's called So Shiny.
Yeah, which can quest for quite a lot if he is playing all these items. So I would imagine there's Lucky Dimes in this deck, along with Tamatoa just growing and growing as long as there are items in play. So
Yes, certainly.
but evasive is a keyword.
It is, and it's a good one at that.
Evasive is a keyword, and Maui Shark does have that. So Maui Shark can be able to just kind of do what it likes. He's going to ink and shrink the crab with the coil.
Yep.
So the crab is down to a 3 power, correct? Yeah, he's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's down to a 3,
So now we can play Medusa on it if we'd like.
which we could Medusa, which would be pretty absurd,
That'd be
but
pretty sick.
I don't see.
And if Taylor can ink one more time, he can baby Sisu it.
Yep, he's going to draw 2 here, since he already got his effect off a coil for the turn.
Yeah.
Choosing to draw 2 cards, we see 2 half
Yo,
sharks.
We're back.
We're back to Shark Week.
Shark Week is back. We're back in those shark infested
Shark
waters.
Week is back.
All right, Vision to continue digging into the deck. We see another coil that is on that 5. We see a Tipo in that 5.
Yeah.
What else do we see in that 5? Looks like a Hiram as well. Yep, Hiram's in there as well.
Yeah, here I think we're looking for just another item here, or maybe something to help remove this Tamatoa. I do see he's going back and forth here. I didn't see anything immediately that jumped out to me. It was a little hard to see what he was looking at. I'm trying to see. It looks like a Tipo.
Yeah, I thought how far I'll go, Tipo.
What is that? Is it Hideaway or is that something else? I can't really tell, unfortunately. But Taylor going back and forth here. Clearly, some thoughts to be made as far as how
Yeah.
we're going to approach this.
And the choice we make. Oh, I didn't catch which one he
I
grabbed.
don't know if it was might have been Hideaway. I could be totally wrong. It did kind of look like Hideaway.
Let's see.
Maybe Atala. I see him flicking the Atala. Maybe it was
Yeah.
Atala, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, guys. Sorry. Okay, so I think he is considering playing Atala here, essentially drawing a card deeper into the deck, and you get to choose between 2 cards. So technically filtering out a couple of cards,
Ooh.
but no,
Yeah,
he's a little
Taylor
hesitant.
Almost putting down the Tala and then said, I don't know.
Yeah. And I do love that we have these cool little tokens to let you know that that Tamatoa is +2 at the moment.
Or minus, right?
No, plus it's... Oh, yeah, it is the -2.
-2.
I thought that was a lore counter, but it's actually a debuff counter. Okay.
Yes, it's for strength.
It is 2 strength, -2 strength. Okay. So he
All
draws
right.
the Brawl, which is still not able to hit that Tamatoa. Tamatoa is just a tiny bit too large for that Brawl to be effective.
Yes. Yeah.
But he can still gain lore whenever he plays actions. So if he plays anything here, it will slowly tick him up the board.
All right. And yeah.
Tamatoa about to be brawled. Yeah, he can't quite be brawled yet. He has 3 power. So he's still 1 too big for the Brawl. But if there was a Medusa or something, that would be pretty good. But it looks like he's just not going to have a way to deal with it this turn.
Yeah, he's just going to have to let it go. Yeah.
And we see Mr. Glimmers taking a look here. I don't know if there was a missed lore trigger. I don't know.
Was there an action play that we missed?
Yeah, there is no coil.
All right.
Let's see. What I'm guessing is that we missed the lore. I could be totally wrong, but they were reading Maui. I don't know if we missed lore. Sorry, guys, we don't have comms as to what's going on the table. But
all right, Tala.
he does take take that coil. I think that's a good choice.
I think so too. I mean, if he can put one more down, deal with Tamatoa.
And for Ink 4, Taylor really letting his gears grind here as he thinks through this turn. It's very important.
Yes, it is.
He's gonna go ahead and sing. Gain 3.
Which brings in back down to 0. Yeah, like, and for those of you who maybe don't play card games frequently, or if this is newer, like this idea, like where you're thinking through your plans, you're thinking through what you have, you're in a very pivotal moment that can really shift in the wrong direction for yourself. We usually refer to that as being in the tank. Like you're kind of put in a position where if you make a bad move, it can really mess you up. So Taylor is certainly in the tank right now, trying to think about the ways out of how do you get out of this tank? How do you survive it?
For sure.
So, you know, it can be really difficult to be there sometimes.
And for those who are not affected by this card last set, there is a good look at Maui Half Shark, which we can see Taylor has quite a few of at the moment.
Yes.
Zan continues to pile up on these items.
Yes, many Fortispheres and Popsicles just laying on the beach there, right on top of Tamatoa's shell.
Yeah, well, this allows Tamatoa to request for a whopping 5 lore.
Yeah.
Which is a 4-turn clock and not to be overlooked. However, you know, this Maui Shark is not going to let him do what he would like to do here.
Yeah.
But let's see what Zan chooses. Zan also thinking through his turn. Very, very interesting matchup here, and definitely a lot of thought required. So
yeah,
you can't just turn everything sideways in this matchup. So
no, we
I
can't.
do anticipate both players really taking the time they need.
Yeah, and I want to thank there's 307 people right now in the stream just hanging out with us. It's
Insanity.
crazy. Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. We love you guys for being here, and hope you guys are enjoying some Archazia's Island. Brand new set, brand new decks. Very exciting time for every card game player. We all love new sets and new cards.
Goodness, yeah, we love a new meta.
And Tamatoa, he opted to go ahead and sacrifice the Popsicle. He gained 1 less lore, but it did give him a target to get that Popsicle back, which I think is great. You know, it gives him another draw. So Zan gets to go 1 card deeper into his deck.
Yep.
And he still has quite a lot of ink up. So let's see what he decides to do here. And he does have Fishbone as well.
Yeah, choosing to use the Fishbone.
And let's see what he decides. It's a little hard to see how much ink he has with the black sleeves. I believe it's 6 more ink he's got.
6 available, and it looks like 3 untapped, making that 7 available. Now 4 tapped.
Okay, he chooses to sack. He paid the one. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you
He
go.
paid the one to give bodyguard, and then he
Yeah.
sacked the other one.
So what we're seeing here, this is happy as a clam. This is the one that I have. Zan went back here and took my Tamatoa too.
Yeah, so double to the two different versions of Tamatoa here, both powerful in their own right.
Yes.
But this new one is seems to be the chase of the set at the moment. The only legendary sitting at a whopping $50+. And it is quite powerful. Comes into play, grabs 2 items back from your discard pile, puts them in your hand. No restrictions on which items they can be. And then when he quests, he could put any item into play. Again, no restrictions on that either.
Correct.
So Lucky Dime, Fishbone Quill, Coil, you name it, Tamatoa can play it for free. So that is pretty powerful. And obviously the synergy of being able to put an item in for free, which then pumps up your other Tamatoa to quest. So a lot of item synergy going on here. And now we can see why Oswald was an include in the deck for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if that Oswald was able to do its thing, if you can gain value on that Oswald, boy oh boy, is that a problem. If you're especially, you have to imagine that that there are multiple Lucky Dimes in that deck. Like you wouldn't play Oswald unless you were able to get to Lucky Dimes faster. So imagine being able to play a 7-cost card for free just because you inked a card. The value and the ceiling on that is just insane.
Well, yeah, you've got multiple ways to play it for free, right? You got Tamatoa who could play stuff for free. We got Oswald who could play stuff for free. So a lot of ways to just cheat items into play, which can be quite powerful. Anything in this game that you can play without having to pay ink for it is quite powerful. That's why songs are just so oppressive. You know, being able to play anything for free,
Yes.
very, very powerful. So items included. So very cool concept here from Zan.
Oof, Taylor, I'm Taylor in the tank. You're just really struggling with what to do here.
Bobby McHugh, welcome back, Bobby, as a buddy of ours in Discord and stuff, and people refusing to win. So that's a good way to look at this matchup. You know, a lot of hanging out, not turning sideways.
Yeah.
But obviously a very strategic matchup here. So, and we're still fiddling with 2 sharks in hand. Haven't quite found the right opportunity to add that second shark to the table. One gets sent to the inkwell. He will shrink the Tamatoa down to a 2. And he will play Medusa. We wish we would have seen that earlier on the bigger Medusa, but he does get a little bit of a payoff now.
Yes, he does. Yeah, certainly. I mean, anytime that you can use that effect to take out a character, you gotta love it.
And bang bang. That dies. Oh, coil. No, he did coil that. Did he coil that? Had he played 2 ink? I'm confused. Did he ink twice this turn? Or did he play? Oh, did he sing "How Far I'll Go"? He did sing "How Far I'll Go."
How far I'll go? Yeah.
Okay, I was confused because he definitely pointed at the other, Tamatoa.
Yes.
But I guess he had shrunk the first one with the "How Far I'll Go."
Yes.
Which Stan was clearly confused by as well because I did not catch that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. That was at the very beginning of the turn as well.
right. So
Like the first action he took for his turn, I believe.
So we're seeing the power of coil here, allowing these 2 characters to just smack into the giant crab without, taking the full 5 damage back. So
Yeah, certainly. And we've got the popsicle coming down using the Maurice's workshop to effectively
draw one first, then opting to take the trigger, drawing a second. Okay. So all these popsicles turn into small small friends on the other side, essentially. All right, and here we go. He chooses to play, and he is thinking about his option to take yet another draw off the workshop. Zan is deciding if that's what's best for him here.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, I think is a good question as well.
And we can see the Maurice's Workshop, very powerful card, especially in these item decks. Every time you play an item, you can pay 1 ink to draw a card, and you can see how that quickly gets pretty out of hand when you're playing a bunch of 1-drop items that just draw cards already. So Maurice's Workshop, an absolute monster in the mirror, in my opinion. Any slow, grindy deck usually favors the person who draws more cards. So Maurice's Workshop, definitely a good addition for that.
Yeah, and Maurice, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Like the decision to ink a hero, or if you lose the hero to the Oswald effect, it hurts. It hurts. There's no doubt about it. But with cards like Maurice's Workshop, it doesn't hurt as bad. And so we're seeing that as Zan is kind of taking advantage of this at this point.
For sure, for sure. I see some people concerned about time. Yeah, it is definitely something to think about. We do have, one of our best, one of the best judges in the game sitting table side. So
yes, Googly Glimmers is
yeah,
sitting at table side.
Mr. Googly is at table side. So if there's any, slow play or anything like that, any kind of worry about that, I'm sure he will address it. But as of right now, all's fair. And we do see how far I'll go, which will allow us to shrink something again.
Yes.
With the coil, which is, pretty good. He puts one in the inkwell. He chooses to shrink the crab.
Yeah. So here we go. So another crab shrinking. We do see the big Sisu is in Taylor's hand.
Yep.
Can he turn some? Can he make something of that?
Oh yeah, he can. He's gonna turn that the whole hand. Yep. And Zan knows what's going on.
Can you imagine a big Sisu taking out a large character of 6 cost?
Yeah. Well, coil.
What a world we live in. What a coiled world we live in.
Yep. That was a much quicker turn here from Taylor, as he's pretty much figured out his pathway to success here. And it's Zan who's up against the wall here with a whole lot of items, but not a lot of ways to win the game.
Yes. Oh, and we have,
He will take one step off there and take that shark out.
Still many problems to deal with. Zan has many problems to still deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Some may argue that Zan is circling the drain here.
Oh, you chat said 50-1.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh God, I try not to laugh, but that's actually a funny comment. The internet is undefeated for sure. Certainly. And Zan again, lots of items in play, and I'm sure he's wishing he could do stuff with it. But that coil, just putting in overtime in this matchup, has allowed him to remove multiple Tamatoas, big and small. So we see Zan will draw some cards here off the Hiram. So drawing cards definitely not the issue here. I mean, Zan is drawing cards, and he is, getting through a lot of his deck, but I just don't see a way to close the game out quite yet. I mean, he's playing Hirams, he's playing Tamatoas, but everything just gets removed on the spot by this Sapphire coil plus anything.
It creates such a weird spot for you. You're putting on a character, you have to just trust it's not going to be there. So can you get value from it immediately?
Yep. And obviously playing steel instead of red, or instead of ruby, excuse me, no option to really wipe the board for Taylor, or for Zan, excuse me. So Taylor's stuff is pretty much sticking to the board unless there's combat, and clearly Hiram is not going to be doing a lot of combat here.
We would hope. If you're doing combat with Hiram, you've got some problems.
You're in a bad spot
if you're some problems.
If you're doing karate chops with the Hiram. So Pete comes down, says no actions. So that pirate's life that we did see in Taylor's hand will be null. However, I do see some other spicy cards in hand that are probably going to be useful. I think I did see a Medusa there, which again, coil will make that card quite good.
It certainly will. It certainly will. And so, Zan's thinking through what he needs to do. How do you recover from this? We've got the Pete. So we have one character. We've got cards that he can draw if he can get to a Hiram. We do see Hiram in the discard. We see 2 of the new Tamatoas in the discard. So chances of you just grabbing stuff to draw from it is getting slimmer and slimmer every time Zan draws a card from his hand. It needs to be a high impact card in order to make a recovery here. You've got Taylor, who is 1 turn away from victory with way more than enough characters on board to do something about it.
Yeah, Taylor clearly has amassed, quite the amount of threats. And it's going to be tricky for Zan here to stay in this game. He's going to play his free Scrooge.
Free Scrooge, yes.
Okay, so Scrooge, he gets played for free. Scrooge can be played for free if you exert 4 items.
Yes.
So he comes down, and when he comes down, he's essentially an aerial, but he is grabbing items instead of songs. So he will grab himself a Fortisphere, which is yet another item to add to the collection here.
Yes.
But unless these Fortispheres start questing for 5, it's going to be tricky to get out of this.
It certainly is. I mean, we're looking at. Okay, all right. Zan is paying for the Maurice's Workshop, playing cards to draw, paying for Maurice's Workshop to draw, just continuing to dig.
And I see somebody asking if it was Pirate's Life in Taylor's hand, and yes, it is Pirate's Life. That is in his hand. Looks like Pirate's Life, Shark, and perhaps another Pirate's Life, or I couldn't see what the last card was. But due to Pete being played last turn, he did have to hold on to that Pirate's Life, but that's going to be Blouses in just a moment.
You said doo-doo.
I said doo-doo?
You said doo-doo.
Well, wouldn't be the first time. And it's usually when I'm talking about my deck, is usually when I use that. And let's see. Show him the life.
Yes. Do we have it?
Show him.
Do we have the apple?
I mean, Zan is cranking the numbers here, but
show him the apple.
I think it's
is what the audio.
I mean, you can't show it to him because if he has Pete or something, it affects the board state. If there was no option to stop the action,
correct,
I could see the just showing it to him. Let's get to the next game. But Zan's still digging, and Zan's not a quitter.
Zan is
going to play this to the very last moment,
yes,
and he's going to see all his options.
Every card is a moment that you can take back the game.
For sure. And Zan, drawing most of his deck, but just not finding the answer to Taylor's mass amount of characters in play. So we will go to a game 2, and
yes,
Zan dropping game 1 against Taylor. Taylor looking great in that matchup. Zan's deck very cool, but we didn't really get to see it do the thing. He played the Oswald. He missed it a bunch, missed like 4 triggers.
Yes,
and then he played Tamatoa, which just quickly got dispatched by Coil. So unfortunately, I don't know how threat dense Zan's list is, but in that situation, it seemed like it was pretty hard for him to answer any of the threats on Taylor's side.
Yes, and Wink in the chat says, I play at the last moment. Wink should just scoop it up. Zan plays at the last moment. He's a fighter. He doesn't quit.
Yeah.
Let's do a comparison of results, and then we'll talk more about that later.
Gabe throwing shots at our local players in the chat. So
Wink is a friend of ours, and Wink knows that I'm messing with him, that I love him.
Yeah, guys. If we assault somebody in chat, I want you to know that we know them personally.
Yes.
I don't want you guys to think that we're just assaulting Twitch chat.
Yes, absolutely. No, we love
this. Ain't an R&B deck though.
Yeah. All right. So JDZ has faith. JDZ says Oswald will pop off. Will Oswald pop off this game? Did he draw Oswald? Step 1, draw Oswald. Step 2,
JDZ says Oswald's about to pop off. Stay tuned. I'm ready, JDZ. You and me both, brother. We're ready to see some. I'm gonna be impressed. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yes.
It's gonna be like turn 3, ink, dime, boom. It's gonna be insane.
That's gonna be so crazy.
It's gonna be legendary.
Yeah. It is gonna be wild.
All right. So players shuffling up using this time to finish up their mulligans, and yeah, I mean, we saw blue steel versus red blue earlier, and we did see blue steel run away with it. However, very very different version than what Zan's playing. That's one of the things I really love, is that we've been able to see so many of the archetypes that are the same ink colors, same ink pairings, but totally different decks.
Yeah, Zan's deck is completely different than the blue steel we saw last.
And there's an even other version. I mean, there's wheel versions. There's there's all sorts of stuff going on. So I know some of our blue steel players like R&B and Rip Lungs and and company are in the chat, which are avid blue steel players.
Yeah.
And we have like the Kiwi version, and we have all sorts of stuff going on. So Zan finding a new version here.
Yes, and R&B definitely has faith in Zan's ability, especially with the 50-0 to succeed here. R&B is sharing that in the chat. With tremendous veracity.
So we see Tipo, and already a better start for Zan here as he's able to get a quick ramp off. The Oswald was cool last game, but unfortunately was not able to put anything into play. So Zan this game deciding just to go strictly for the ramp package here, and let's try to get ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few ways that you win this game playing with Zan's deck, right? You draw what you can, and you get free items with Oswald, or conversely, you get as much ink as you can, and you play the game in the future compared to your opponent. Your deck is just in the future by 3 or 4 turns.
Sure. And we see a double ink off the sail for Taylor, and he's got Popsicle in play, so setting up for a high room potentially next turn, which is a good place to be. Zan, 1 turn ahead, does play his high room and draws himself 2 cards.
Yeah, certainly.
And questing for 1, so Zan on the board first, so we could already see quite the improvement this time around for Zan's side of the table. So happy to see that. And
Yeah.
Taylor got a lot to choose from. Got a lot of cards in hand. I do see a couple brawls.
Yeah, which I mean, at this point, like I'd imagine you need to remove and deal with that at Hiram before things get too crazy.
Yeah, brawl. But then you're kind of behind, right? Then you're just, I don't know. I think maybe you just play your own Hiram and keep it moving. But I don't know. It's tough to say.
It is.
I hate wasting a whole turn on a brawl, but yeah, he does do it. I don't know if he's missing the Hiram or if that's just his only play. I didn't see a Hiram in hand. So
I think the
possible he's-
difficulty here is, Zan is on the play. So Zan is with the advantage here, and drawing 2 more per turn is way more of an advantage for Zan at this point than, say, putting your own character down in.
Sure.
Oh.
And what happened?
It looks like there's a bit of a freeze in the Twitch stream. So let's see if we
Did we lose him?
yeah, so apparently the Twitch has a trash talk meter, and according
Your browser encountered an error while decoding. Oh god.
Okay, I think we're back. I think
Hit
we're
a
back.
refresh. Let me type in refresh in the chat.
Yeah, hit refresh.
Let's see. Can I borrow this mouse?
Yeah,
there?
you can borrow the mouse.
Refresh.
If you can hear me, refresh. Yes, we are back.
Okay, cool. I was just letting everybody to refresh if needed. Store is going through a tunnel right now.
Yes, clearly.
Please stand by. Yeah, it's definitely letting us know what's going on. But we're back, guys. We didn't miss anything. Sorry for the hiccup there. And we see a Scrooge for the full price being paid, as Zan unfortunately not able to cheat him in, but he does still present a 4/4 body. I believe it's how big he is, right? A 4/4.
Yes.
And that is pretty good.
That is very good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Even if you got to pay for them, that's not bad.
And
Marissa's Workshop, more drawing, more ability to draw. Not relying on Hiram alone, I think, is a great idea. Anytime that you can diversify your ability to draw cards, you're in a better spot for it. And Zan right now is in a pretty okay spot.
Yep, Zan getting to draw lots of cards here. And the deck looks like it's definitely doing more of what it's supposed to. Here we go. So here is the freebie. He's going to exert 4 items to get to play this Scrooge for free. So,
Was that a lucky dime I see?
He's taking the dime.
That is a lucky dime I see.
So that was a really cool turn. He was able to essentially play pop, draw a card, Maurice's Workshop, draw a card, and then just turn them all sideways and get a 4/4 body. Very reminiscent of the bell that people have been talking about. However, this is a 4/4 that gives you a search effect, which is really good. So
yeah, very good, very good. And there's a Hiram. We pop the popsicle. Taylor needs to keep digging. We see red cards, and red cards mean removal. Red card means problems for Zan.
Yeah, he definitely needs to dig into some removal here. 4/4 bodies are a little awkward for red blue decks to deal with until Coil comes down, which I do see a Coil sitting in Taylor's hand, but I guess just finding the spot to play it. Yeah, he does have to play it here.
So that's 2
I
would have.
Wait, did he pay 3 for it? I would have. Okay, never mind. Okay, I guess. Is he still thinking? I don't know what's okay. Never mind. We're good. I was wondering why he didn't coil then ink, but I guess he couldn't do anything with the coil trigger anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. So.
Yeah, certainly. And
I see Rip Lungs. I agree. Free, free unhealthy. Well, free is definitely broken. I don't know if it's unhealthy. Are we come from a song world for so many sets that clearly was pretty insane. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that board state. Look at that board state on Zan's side. If there's a Pete, which is going to prevent any actions going into the next turn for Taylor.
No B preps.
Yep. So Zan getting at least 1 more turn with the board state as is, not counting if, of course, things like Sisu and character-based removal is able to come down.
Of course. And Sisu, although, Sisu can't be played anyway because he needs 1 more ink, or 2 more ink rather, but just the fact that he could ink twice off a Fishbone or something and just Sisu clear both Scrooges is kind of crazy. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. He is not able to ink twice. And if he was, well, then he would be. I don't know what I meant. I don't know where my chain of thought was going there. Why is the stream rerunning?
That's a good question. We'll be on that.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
I'm
a
sure.
joke because it's happening again, or if that's for real and the stream is rerunning. But either way,
Could be a joke about the fact that we've seen this pairing before, or it could be the truth. Welcome to the internet. You
stream
never
seems
know
fine.
what's sarcastic or not.
Elrathian, he gets it. If he was, then he would be, and therefore he is not. Thank you, Elrathian.
Bingo.
Elrathian, he speaks my language.
Yes.
Sometimes I speak and my brain doesn't catch up quite in time, so. You have whispers blocked. Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to get back into the gameplay. I'm looking at chat a little too much.
Do your work.
I know, but chat's so fun. But chat, I don't know what they're doing.
Chatters are fun. They are fun, but boy, oh boy, do they love to be tricky? Okay.
All right, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in play for Zan, along with a Scrooge, a Pete, and a Tipo, all hanging out together. And Zan only has 6 lore, Taylor had 0 lore, so if this does happen to go to a game 3, there is obviously the potential of going to time, which is kind of something I've been thinking about. You know, these red-blue decks, as powerful as they are, I think red-blue mirrors are just going to be so dragged out. You know, it reminds me of set 1 when red-purple was just like, you play one game and you go to time.
Yeah.
So.
It can be tough. I mean, I think it's interesting how the game has changed over the course of the 7 sets, where Ruby Amethyst has kind of went from the beginning being a very, very long mirror match.
Mm-hmm.
They're considerably quick now, and so I'm curious to see how Archazia's Island has modified that mirror match. We haven't seen a mirror match yet,
For sure.
on stream, so it could be slower, but it could be faster actually.
Yep.
You got a series of board wipes via character and actions until you finally get to a part where you pierce the wall and you're able to start putting characters down that don't just disappear the next turn.
Absolutely. And Zan is building up quite a board here. I mean, obviously a million items in play, but also some decent threats. I mean, we have Tamatoa, we have Scrooge. Coil, though, it just remains to be abused here. If Taylor can find himself a double ink at any point, I mean, he could do some real damage. He's going to shrink this Tamatoa down and possibly a Brawl or just Big Sisu. He's just going to go ahead and wipe it. So, takes out 2 threats here with the Sisu.
Which, I mean, just create a
another
situation.
2 threats. All right. And just like that, Zan is left with just items.
It is.
I don't see any cards in Zan's hand. Oh, he does have maybe a card or 2.
Yeah, and conversely, Taylor has another Sisu in hand as well as a Maui Half Shark, and I missed that 3rd card.
And this is kind of where the deck turns the corner here. Red-blue, just able to stabilize, and then now Zan does have a million items in play as he did before, but okay, so that's a good way to start. So Hiram will take one of those items and trade it in for 2 cards.
That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. Fortispheres, popsicles, the whole point.
Frank Karsten pointing out something very interesting that Hiram has not quested. I don't know what happened there. We're definitely missing out on some free lore because I don't see any way for Zan to have rushed in and taken out the Hiram, but maybe Taylor just missing it there, or maybe he's thinking about something we're not. So who knows?
Yes, Taylor, if you're watching this stream in the future, please let us know what happened there. We'd love to know.
Yeah, and Zeus is going to go ahead and dispatch of that Sisu. Taylor decided to play the game on hard mode. Yeah, I could see that. Just wanted to give himself more of a challenge.
Yeah,
and even if he just didn't want to pop the coil, still getting that lore would have been definitely beneficial. So the new game plus, Stefan. All right, and now he does decide.
There you go.
Very strange.
Yes.
Maybe we could have done this last turn, but we're doing it now. So here we are.
All right, and we do see additional ways. We see coil, we see popsicle in hand. Taylor does have some removal options as well to get that Hiram off, but opting to he played that human little Sisu, which gets rid of the Hiram, and then follows it up with a Maui Half Shark.
Yep, and Taylor, as you can see, slowly, starting to present a problem here for Zan. Zan was cooking for a minute there. He was doing all the things, playing the stuff for free, but now Taylor is just amassing quite a big amount of threats here.
Yes, absolutely.
He does have the shift line available to him as well if he tries this shift next turn, or he could just hardcast it if he wants to keep an extra threat out there. So a lot of options here for Taylor, even though he's only down to a couple of cards. He could draw an item, which would be really good.
That would be pretty cool.
That would give him 2 more cards. So
yeah,
we will see. And Tamatoa,
okay,
just playing the game of attrition here, just trying to grind out Taylor, just keep getting these items back.
2 Fortispheres that were sitting in the discard pile for Zan. Zan gonna go ahead and put those down, I'm sure, to get some more draw if necessary. And choosing the ink one. And then using that Fishbone Quill. Let's see. Oh, Zan's making some choices here.
Yeah.
All right, there's a second card in the inkwell this turn. What do we use with it? We play a Fortisphere.
Yep, and he's drawing an extra card off the workshop.
That workshop is so valuable. It is crazy.
Like I'm saying, I mean, Zan is drawing cards. I mean, the card draw is not the issue. He is burning through his deck. Just getting a threat to stick is the biggest issue here.
Yeah.
And you see Coil. Zan can't be happy about that. Yeah, Zan already knows what's going on here.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm going to shrink that. I'm going to shift this giant dragon. He's thinking about shifting it or whether he wants to just play it.
Which, I mean,
I would probably just play it.
I would just play it. I mean, what? Yeah,
You're gonna. Yeah, I would just play it. You're not gonna get 3 lore. I mean, even the 3 lore that if you got it right now, it's not gonna end the game. Okay, well, what he chooses. I like keeping the extra thread out there personally, but he wants to go ahead and rush that 3 lore in. So I could see both lines being fine, but
might be scared of a Zeus or something like that. That can get rid of that Sisu before.
Right, but now that Zeus twofers you. You hit both characters. So I don't know, but he does choose to go ahead and shift it and get that 3 lore in. So he is at 6 to Zan's 9.
Yeah.
But he is out of cards, and Zan is not. Zan is on Hiram number 7 here.
Yes. In fact, Zan is in danger of drawing himself out if he keeps playing this way.
Yeah. Shifted for the lore. Some chats are saying, yeah, shifted for the lore. I could see the shift for the lore fine, but keeping the extra threat. I mean, he's not close to finishing the game. I kind of liked it separate, but I could see both being fine. Hiram number 7. Yep, that's what it feels like.
There's a popsicle there you go. We're using that workshop. So just drawing and drawing and drawing. Zan is telling Taylor, if I see more of my deck than you get to see of yours, I'm going to win the game. That's what Zan is telling Taylor right now.
Yeah, and it may or may not work out. Like I said, if these items could quest, we'd be in a great spot. But unless he has a way to mass, what's the card that you can banish as many items as you want, and then that draws cards, right? It doesn't gain lore.
Yes.
I was thinking it gains you lore, but I don't remember. There's a card that
There's one that deals damage. There's one that it launch, I think.
Launch, yeah, but that launch actually launch would be kind of funny in this deck.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, maybe
launch just kind of. I mean, it'd be hard to find space.
I'm gonna go out there. I think Zan needs some help from me. I'm gonna tell Zan
it's such a janky card, but I mean,
janky.
You could just throw this popsicle at the Sisu. That'd be pretty funny.
There you go. We're gonna go out there and recommend that Zan put in launch, and I'm sure he won't laugh too hard when I say it.
And as you can see, Zan just having trouble keeping anything on the board. I mean, we've got items for days, but none of these items can quest. So, Taylor just taking every turn to remove something. Taylor putting Pete back in his place. And let's see. I'm just honestly not super familiar with Zan's list, so I don't know what outs we have here, but it's definitely not looking great. But again, it's never over until it's over.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
So there we go. He does take out the Sisu.
All right.
So that's a good start. I mean, that's a good place to be.
All right. We see Zan turning things. Lucky Dime is down. Lucky Dime has entered the game.
Code red. There's a dime on, or code blue, I guess you could say. The dime has entered the table, and if he ever plays a Tamatoa, Tamatoa might just quest for 20.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. Yeah. So right now, 2, 4, 6, 7 items on deck. That's an 8 questing Tamatoa. So just putting down a Tamatoa and using the Lucky Dime brings Zan to 17 if he can help it, 18 if he can help it, if he's able to figure that out. Forced to use it on the Pete, as that is the option right now that he has available to him. But if he draws Tamatoa, and if he's able to piece together just a couple more really low-cost items, in the turn of 1 Lucky Dime, Zan could win this thing.
Yeah, I mean, clearly... He's showing. What's he showing? Is he showing that he has 10?
He is revealed. Not only does he have the Tamatoa, he has a second lucky dime in hand right
Does
now.
Zan not have enough?
I think
Zan was trying to show him that he had lethal.
yes, Zan is showing him that that basically this is the end for him unless
So
something
Zan
magical happens.
just Kamehameha.
Yes.
With no characters in play, essentially just shows that he has game in his hand. So Zan will chalk it up and get another, or excuse me, Zan will get a win here.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't get the words out there. And we will move to a game 3.
We will move to a game 3, yes.
Which is really exciting to see. Man, I'll be honest. I didn't see how we could get out there, but or is he just showing him? Oh yeah, Zan got it. I don't know why they're bumping. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, Zan won, right? Zan showed him. I'm assuming he showed him that he won, not that he. Oh no, it's over.
Is it? Did we misinterpret that?
I guess maybe Zan was showing him that he what he had in hand. Okay. Okay, I might be totally confused. Yep, it looks like Zan did lose. I saw Zan showing his cards in hand.
Oh,
I thought maybe he was showing lethal, but he was just showing what he had. And
I think the issue is that they're going to time. I think the issue is that they're
going to time.
It doesn't make sense to play a third game because of the fact that time
going to time.
Yeah, I think they've only got so much time left to go. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we do not get a satisfying conclusion. But hey, you know what? It's like a DLC. It's best of 2.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not best of 2.
No,
2-game format.
It's definitely not best of 2 here.
It's 2-game format. Apparently.
Yeah, I did go to time. Sorry, guys. I was so wrapped up in watching this. I really wanted. Yeah, we got it. We figured it out. Thank you. Yeah, they're letting us know that it did go to time. So, we were just a little confused there because I thought Zan won, but then they took their headsets off, so I was just confused. But, But yeah, clearly they're going to go ahead and draw, which is great. A draw is better than a loss.
El Rathian needs to be a poet or a rapper. I haven't decided yet, but he needs to be one or both of these things.
Don't play the dime, go to time. That's almost better than my Dr. Seuss reference earlier.
It absolutely is.
I think me and Rathian should write a children's book.
I think you should. I think you
should. You know what this means, guy?
Oh,
we got a lot of packs left here. We got to make them last the whole day here, but I'm gonna open a couple packs, guys.
Yeah, you know what? Going to time sucks.
Send me your energy.
And I want to open packs to me.
I have opened nothing but doo-doo brown so far. I opened one foil sapphire coil, which is probably worth the same amount as the rest of the cards that I pulled all together.
Foil coil.
Foil coil.
Say that 7 times fast.
I wish this was a little brighter here. Stefan's going to come in here and give me like a light. Watch.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's got to fix it.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
53-0-1, Mr. Zan.
Actually, let me back this up a little bit. This is a little too close. And
okay. We're going to open this packet up.
I don't mean to give anybody any stomach ache with my moving of my camera. My apologies.
I keep turning things. Oh, we have the same card, dude. Twin.
Hey, Tanana.
Twin, dude.
Twinnies.
Do you have a hood?
No, but I got a Moana.
Ooh,
what do you got?
Okay. I got a Pacha.
I got a Hero.
Okay. I got a King.
I got a Canine
King
Crunchies.
Stefan, who's also running our stream today.
He is a king. I've got TikTok.
I got Toby.
My favorite app. Toby. Okay, going into the uncommons.
Oh no, I'm still in commons.
Oh,
how'd you get to uncommons already?
I don't know. I'll slow down. But
dude.
Snow White, fairest in the land. This character cannot be. I really like this card. People are saying that the steel meta makes it not fantastic, but I like
it's just 4 ink. It's just a lot. It is cool. I like it, but I don't know.
Like it a lot.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
People are allowed to be wrong, and
I got
to
a
be
coil.
right.
No, you might be right, dude. Maybe you're
not.
You know.
All right, another Among the Stars. I think I'm ready to build my Amethyst Steel deck. I've got so many of these. I got so many of these in this one box as it is.
I got the Beagle Boys.
Beagle Boys, we love them.
Yep. It's Beagle Boys.
All right, my third uncommon of this booster, Kashakim.
I got Mr. Smee.
Not bad. All right, cool.
All right, we got Iago.
All right, I've got a non-foil Lyle Tiberius to go with my foil one that I pulled earlier.
Yet another rare King of Hearts.
Merlin, Clever Clairvoyant.
Can I get a foil legendary, dude, please?
Get good, bro.
Panic.
Get good.
I'm gonna panic if I don't open a dang good card in a minute.
And I pulled a foil Cheshire Cat.
All right, let's run it back. Run it back.
This get good, bro. You need to get better. It's better to be lucky than good. I need you to get good.
Back, dude.
All right.
Let's see. This one's gonna be better.
That's yeah.
We still have quite a few packs in here, so I'm assuming that all these cards are bad because the big one is coming.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
That's what's happening.
All right, let me know when you're ready. Let me get
I'm
this
ready,
over
dude.
to
You
you.
have
All
a
right.
little bit of glare over there, and I have dark, so we're.
I've got Stabbington Brother, which, by the way, like my favorite name of a character ever. I think it's great.
Stavington brother.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce that, so I'm gonna.
What's
the
that?
Luis?
Okay.
Baymax.
Monsieur d'Arque.
I actually like this card a lot.
Yeah, the Baymax is cool.
Yeah, I think he's has potential. I got Peppa.
Peppa. I've got Trusty.
I got Unconventional Tool.
I've got Razul.
I've got a TikTok.
Tiki Talkie. Oh, I think I'm ahead of you again. But on my first uncommon
You're always cheating, dude.
is
Always hacks.
Jebediah Farnsworth.
55 minutes is not enough in best of 3 in this game. If you want to allow players to think about their plays. Yep, I agree with you, Frank. I absolutely agree. It's going to be tough, especially now that the format most likely will be slowing down a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works.
All right. Are you ready?
Sounds like we just need to do best of 2.
Let's calm down now, folks. All right.
Moana, I actually think this card is not bad either.
I've got Fix It Felix, Pint Size Hero.
I got Pearl.
I got Thomas O'Malley.
Or Perla.
Perla.
Sorry, I'm looking at these upside down. We have Calhoun.
All right. My first rare is All Is Found. I actually really like this card.
It's really good.
Yeah, big fan. Oh, you got a Baymax.
Baymax.
I got John Silver, the Vengeful Pirate. I like
get
this
a good
card too.
foil one time.
All right, hit me
another
with it.
common,
It's a
guys.
common. What is mine?
Another common.
Oh, I got a foil rare, so I already beat you. We don't even know
You
what it
always,
is.
dude. Your box.
My box is correct.
It's just way better.
I got a foil Mad Hatter.
This is rigged.
That's not bad. You know, I might just build a green-red deck for this. Which, by the way, for those of you that saw the meta, we have a single Emerald Ruby deck out there.
One
today.
Brave Soul.
One Brave Soul. I know him too. I drove.
Which,
him,
by the
to
way,
event.
might I mention, I did predict correctly. For those of you, not everybody was here at the start of the stream, but Gabe did ask me what I thought the meta share would look like, and I said blue steel first.
Yep.
Red blue next. Purple steel next, and then some form of amber steel.